Win and a tie. They have to win or tie Portugal to move on. If they somehow lose, and that's kind of hard to believe because Portugal has never beaten Team USA, if they lose, they're out. The big issue is they should have beaten the Netherlands and they didn't. There's a lot of criticism being dumped on their coach Vlatko Andonovski because he did not utilize his bench at all in the tie game with the Dutch, and he had Megan Rapinoe Rapinoe to come off the bench, and he never called on her. And there's a lot of criticism of the tactics that he really needed Rapinoe to set the offense out on the far edge, which is where her office is set up, and either fire shots or make passes. Because when she's on the field on one side and Alex Morgan is on the other, it pulls the defenses out because you got to defend them. And that opens up lanes for the runners. And we've seen Sophia Smith have some really great scoring chances, and she spotted a couple of goals in Trinity Rodman and Elisa Thompson. So there's an awful lot of criticism of and Danovsky, the head coach, who'd been there before, about not utilizing everybody on that bench. It changes the chemistry of the game. You bring Megan Rapinoe in off the bench in the second half in the 70th minute against a fatigued defense, and she's got fresh legs, and she's got the ability to break in off the wing and make shots, or the ability to suck defenses over and then make pinpoint passes. Her dead ball ability, controlling the ball, is phenomenal. So there's an awful lot of criticism of that coach right now. But Vlatko has stood strong and said, we have won with this style and these women before, and this is what we're doing. And Megan said, I'm not offended. I'll come off the bench. I'll do whatever they want. This is her final World Cup. But they need to run the offense through those people out on the edge to get those runners loose. And Sophia Smith is just fast, electric, really sharp. And they got some problems on the defense because of injuries along the way. They're a little bit thin there. We're not going to bed tonight. The game's at midnight, West Coast time. Midnight tonight on Fox.
Okay.
That's 3:00 on the Eastern Seaboard if you want to call your son and wake him up so he can watch it.
Right.
But, it's the middle of the night, unfortunately. But they win. They go on to the knockout round. The big issue, if they win, go on the knockout round, who's right ahead there? Oh, that's Sweden. Holy cow, that's going to be hard.
Uh-oh.
They play Sweden in the knockout round if they can qualify and win. So it'll be a challenge, but got to win at midnight tonight.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to pull an all-nighter here and watch them tonight because Sophia Smith is really fun to watch her. I mean, she moves that ball and she has moves to juke the other players.
Dart and dash
for sure. But I was surprised in the game against the Netherlands when the Netherlands controlled the middle portion of the game. And, it didn't seem like the U.S. sort of reacted or changed their game plan. And they ended up with that tie. That was disappointing.
And I thought that was a match they could have won. And they didn't bring Rapinoe off the bench. And she would have added firepower and she would have added speed against a fatigued Dutch side, and they didn't do it. And the coach is he's defiant that he did anything wrong. Rapinoe's not going to criticize him, but he's defiant, and the national media is banging on him pretty good. So we'll see what happens tonight against Portugal. I mean, there have been surprises along the way, some upsets, but we go to knockout round next week once we get through what's going to happen tonight. Okay.